Hey guys, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another day of Vlogmas. I'm super excited to share this week's weekend prep video with you. I have done all of my Christmas decorating this weekend and we had some family in town, so we hosted a dinner. I'm also going to be sharing some cooking and some cleaning and a grocery haul in this video. So I hope that you find this motivational to get your own house ready for Christmas if you haven't done so yet. But we are going to start out this Saturday morning with some coffee. Do you want some coffee? Okay, so before I share with you what I made for breakfast this morning, I want to thank Built Bar for sponsoring this week's weekend prep video. You guys know I've been working with them a long time here on my channel, and they have a bunch of new flavors out that I wanted to showcase. I'm showing you some of their more Christmassy flavors here, but they have a ton on their website. So if you haven't checked them out recently, I'll have a link in the description box. You can go down there and use that link along with my code Chapin10 to get 10% off your first order. My favorite new product from them is the Built Puffs. They have them in a variety of flavors, and they are a nice treat, especially to have during the holiday time, because they are a lot better for you than a lot of the Christmas candy that's out there. So make sure that you check out their site, pick some up. Also, make sure that you follow them on Instagram and other social media, because they're always releasing new flavors, and I love having them on hand for both a sweet treat and for a quick breakfast or snack during the day as well. So this morning for breakfast, I decided to try this sausage and cream cheese crescent roll casserole. I've seen several people on YouTube make this. I think both Jessica O'Donoghue and Fallon from Moss Family TV have made this on their channels, and I've always wanted to try it, and today was the day to do that. So it's super simple. All you need is 2 cans of crescent roll dough, a pound of breakfast sausage, and a package of cream cheese. So I'm browning my sausage in a skillet there, and you also saw me adding one of the crescent roll sheets to the bottom of a 9x13 dish. I drained my sausage and put it back into the skillet with the block of cream cheese. If I had to do this over, I probably would have added some red pepper flake just to give it a little extra spice. But you just want to stir that together until the mixture comes together and the sausage and the cream cheese are totally combined. I decided to mix up an egg white to brush the top of the casserole with, because I thought that it would give it a really nice golden brown color. So I'm putting my sausage and cream cheese mixture in the middle of or on top of the bottom crescent roll dough here, and I'm just spreading that out into an even layer. Next, I'm going to take my crescent roll dough and unroll that over the top layer and just fit it on top of the dish. If you can find the crescent roll sheets, these work a lot better for applications like this, but you can use regular crescent rolls as well and just kind of push the seams together with your fingers. I had a little bit left, so I cut that off just so the top didn't get too doughy. And then I'm going to take my egg white and just brush the top so that when we bake that, it will get nice and golden brown. This part is optional, but I find that it did give it a really great color. I'll link a recipe down below that I kind of followed. Like I said, it's super simple. There's really only 3 ingredients, and I think there are some variations to this particular casserole as well. If you want to add like cheese or, potatoes or things like that, I think that would be good too. I'm going to cut some slits in the top to let that vent. And here's what it looked like when it came out of the oven. I cooked this for about 18 minutes at 375, I think, and it came out perfectly golden brown on both the top and the bottom. So I cut this into squares, and we are going to have this morning with some eggs. So I'm just cracking some eggs into a bowl, and I'm just going to make plain scrambled eggs with some half and half. So I'm going to give that a whisk with some salt and pepper. And then I have one of my nonstick skillets here that I've melted just a little bit of butter in, and I'm just going to cook those eggs over medium to medium low heat until they are cooked through. And this was actually a really easy breakfast to make, I would say, in terms of making a breakfast casserole in the morning. One thing to note is that if you don't like cream cheese, you're not going to like this. I love cream cheese, so it was really delicious, but it does taste very strongly of cream cheese, so just keep that in mind. I served it with some scrambled eggs and some orange slices. All right, so it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I just ran over to Goodwill and took a bunch of stuff there, and then I also went to Dollar General and filmed a Christmas haul for you guys, which I was very pleasantly surprised. Like, they have quite a bit of nice Christmas stuff in there for pretty cheap. So I need to go to Fairway now because we are going to be having people over tomorrow night for dinner. Adam is making a pork roast on the smoker, and then my family is going to bring some sides. I am going to make some sides. I'm going to make mac and cheese and what else? Coleslaw and potato salad. So I need to get like some soda and different, you know, ingredients for that. Okay, so since I got groceries, well, since I got some groceries for some things I'm making this weekend, I thought I would just share a quick haul with you guys. I got 2 blocks of extra sharp cheddar cheese for the macaroni and cheese that I'm going to make tomorrow. And then I got some white cheddar for like a cheese and cracker board, and some Colby Jack for that as well. I got some milk just in case I needed that for cooking, because I will need it for a couple of the things I'm going to make. I got some more cottage cheese, some butter, just to make sure I had enough of that. And then I am going to be making a couple of lasagnas, so I got some whole milk ricotta as well. I decided to get some bologna. Connor has been like, I've been giving him turkey sandwiches for his lunch, and every day he comes home and he eats the bread and the cheese and not the turkey. And so I'm like, well, maybe I'll try a bologna sandwich and see if he'll eat that. So I don't know. I just got a small package of it. If he doesn't end up wanting it for sandwiches, Adam and I will eat it too. For my potato salad, which is my grandma's recipe, I use half Miracle Whip and half mayo. I normally don't buy Miracle Whip just for potato salad, you know, when I make it. So I bought a small container of that. I got some red and yellow tomatoes, some shredded carrots for the coleslaw that I'm going to make. I'm going to put these on my charcuterie board. These are Von Hansen snacks. They're smoky barbecue seasoned pretzels. They had a bunch of different kinds of these there. They had like honey mustard and dill and all kinds of stuff. These are really, really good. I wish they came in larger packages, but alas, they don't. I would recommend picking those up if you haven't tried them yet. For cheese and crackers, I got some wheat thins and then some Ritz. I got some cilantro. I think I'm gonna make tacos for dinner tonight, so I'll probably make some pico de gallo with that. For like veggies and dip, I got some mini cucumbers and a red and a yellow bell pepper. I also got a head of cabbage because they had no shredded cabbage for coleslaw at Fairway. So what I'll end up doing is shredding this in my food processor, and then I'll use that to make the coleslaw. I'm gonna try and do a couple of different like Chiefs themed foods because the Chiefs just happen to be playing tomorrow. So I got these Loft House cookies. I thought it would be fun to do these on a platter, like alternating them red and yellow for Chiefs colors. So I don't know, we'll see how that looks, but either you really like these cookies or you don't. I actually really like them, but I know that a lot of people don't like them, and that's understandable, but I think they're addicting and delicious. I got a couple of bags of chips just in case the kids don't want some of the sides that we're going to be having tomorrow. I got some Ruffles and some Bugles. They had these Alani new energy drinks on sale at Fairway, and so I got Adam some of these. These are all sugar-free. I got a cherry slush, a Arctic White, a Breezeberry, and a electric tie-dye, which is cherry limeade. And then down here I got some eggs. I actually really like these eggs. They're the Nellie's free range eggs, and my Fairway always has these on sale for like $3 something, like $3.89 I think, or $3.69, which normally they're pretty expensive because they're free range eggs. But anyway, I got 2 dozen of those just to make sure that I had enough for all the recipes that I'm going to make this weekend. I got some potatoes for the potato salad. I have some in the pantry, but I wanted to make sure that I had enough. And then buns for the barbecue pork that Adam is making. I got 2 of the Pepperidge Farm soft white buns. These are actually like really soft. They seem like they are really fresh. And then I also got a package of the Hawaiian ones in case anyone wants those. Other than that, for the sandwiches, we have barbecue sauce, we have pickles. So that's pretty much all that I needed. So today was the day that I really wanted to focus on getting some of my Christmas decorations up. I knew I was having family over the next day, and so I wanted to have everything just done and out of the way. And my mom's funeral was coming up this coming week, and so I really just needed to bite the bullet and get my house decorated. So I have these wreaths that I put up every year on my kitchen cabinets. I just hang them on a command hook that is stuck to the inside of the cabinet door, and that stays there all year. And then I also normally hang a wreath on my range hood. I just have a stainless steel command hook that is fastened up there in order to hold that up. But while I was up there, I wanted to clean off my range hood because it was kind of gross. I just use the Wyman stainless steel cleaner when I am cleaning my range hood, and it works out really great. It cuts through all of the grease and it leaves it really shiny. It's the best thing that I found, in my opinion, to clean stainless steel. So I'm just going to get that wiped off, and then I'll kind of show you guys a shot of that wreath. I believe this is a wreath that I had gotten at Walmart either last year or the year before. And then that Mary sign is from Joanne. I think it looks really nice together. Yeah. What are you doing?
You should make him sit in front of the Christmas.
Well, I tried to, but then he moved when I came in here. Did you guys like Murphy's Santa's hat? He looks so cute, doesn't he? He doesn't really like it, but he tolerates it for a picture now and then. So I decided to actually top my tree with a Santa hat this year. I have a couple different stars, and none of them stay up very well, and so I just decided to do easy this year, and it worked out just fine. I cleared off my mantle because this is where I always hang our stockings at, so I'm just wiping that down with a little bit of end dust. And then I have these stocking hangers. I actually got them from Walmart several years ago in the Christmas section, and they work great. Our stockings are from Pottery Barn. I will try and link them down below. They are personalized. It was kind of an investment that I made several years ago, but I wanted us all to have like nice matching stockings, and I really love them, and they're honestly probably gonna last us like a lifetime. One of the things that I normally do with my mantle is I usually put garland up there, like greenery, but I forgot that I normally do that, and instead this year I put my garland on my railing going up the stairs, and so I kind of had to improvise on how I was going to decorate my mantle. I didn't really want to go out and buy anything extra because I have plenty of Christmas decorations at home, and so I just used some sticks of like greenery and berries and things that I had gotten from Joanne several years ago, and then I added like some snowman mugs in there and some of my bottle brush trees, and then I added a string of battery operated lights, and I really love how it turned out. I really am partial to the, traditional red and green Christmas theme. That's just what I prefer. I know there are a lot of like trendy themes out there to decorate with like bright colors or blue and white, and I think those are pretty too, but for the most part, I just like to stick with traditional red and green. And while I was doing that, the kids were putting the ornaments on the tree for me. But this is a look at how the mantle turned out. I really like it. Everything is kind of precariously placed up there, so don't touch it. But other than that, it looks pretty. And that Happy Holidays sign, I want to say that I got that from Joanne several years back as well. I really didn't buy too much new decor this year just because I have so much on hand. I didn't really need it. So I also have this front entryway table. This is actually an antique table that I got a long time ago from a store here in town, and I do keep one of my vintage typewriters on it, and I try to decorate it for the seasons. So I'm putting on there this wooden snowflake that I picked up at Joanne several weeks back. It's really pretty. Now we're going to cook dinner. All right, so the kids are decorating the tree. I normally what I do is I set it up, I put the lights on it, all of that stuff, and then they decorate it with ornaments, and then I go in behind them, make sure everything is like spaced out evenly. But I'm going to make tacos tonight because I feel like it's something easy. There's a game on tonight, and so we can kind of just come and go as we please, keep the taco meat warm in the Instant Pot. This is a new Instant Pot that I got. I had a 6-quart off-brand Instant Pot, but I didn't like it at all. And so this one was on a Black Friday deal. And so I went ahead and pulled the trigger on Amazon. I can link it down below. It's got a different interface than my other Instant Pot does. My other Instant Pot is an 8-quart and it's much older. But anyway, I browned up 2 pounds of ground beef in here using the saute function. This is the recipe that I'm going to use. I'll link it down below. It's for pressure cooker drive-through tacos. You need chili powder, garlic powder, onion powder, minced onion, which I don't have any, so I'm just going to leave that out. Cumin, oregano, paprika, cayenne, salt, and pepper. So now I'm just going to go ahead and season the meat. So I've got all of my seasonings in here with the beef. I measured all of those out. I'm going to put in 2 cups of beef broth. You can use whatever kind of beef broth you want, but I always keep this on hand. This is the Knorr, like beef and chicken broth. I always keep that on hand. And then I'm going to put in about, I don't know, maybe a tablespoon and a half of Worcestershire. Of course, I'm definitely eyeballing it. Okay, so now I'm just going to stir this up, and you only have to cook this on high pressure for 3 minutes. The beef is already cooked, obviously, so you're just kind of like tenderizing it and making it really crumbly, just like, you know, fast food tacos. So I am going to put the lid on this and attempt to figure out this new interface here. Okay, so I would say the most significant difference with this newer Instant Pot is, well, there's a couple of things. So the first thing is there's this like cool touch vent on here, because normally this part of the lid gets super hot. And then instead of having like a lever that you turn, instead of having like a lever to, you know, seal and vent, it has like a switch right here, which I think is kind of neat. So I set that to seal. The other difference is, like, with this interface is that it shows you kind of the status. So like right now it's preheating, then it'll cook, then it'll keep warm. And then also you can have it do a reminder when you need to do your pressure release. So like for this particular recipe, you do a 10-minute natural pressure release. So I can set that on here and then it'll remind me when I need to do that, which I think is really nice. Okay, so the taco meat is done. You can thicken this with either masa or cornstarch. I normally just use a slotted spoon. It works just fine. I just have it on keep warm right now. I've got some lettuce, cheese, sour cream, salsa. I'm cutting up some tomato, and then I've got some tortillas over here warming up on the griddle, and we're gonna eat dinner. All right, here's my tacos. I'm gonna go eat dinner and then I'll finish decorating. Okay, so back to our entryway table. I am using another string of those battery operated Christmas twinkle lights on the snowflake. I just thought that that was a great way to decorate that. I have several of these strings of battery operated lights, and they work great for things like this if you just want to decorate something on a table or maybe a wreath. And then now I'm going to go downstairs in the basement, because one of the things I wanted to surprise Adam with this year was his very own Iowa Hawkeye themed Christmas tree in the basement. We now have our basement completely finished and renovated, so I'll have to share sort of a tour in a different video with you guys, maybe next week's weekend prep video. But I thought it would be super fun to do a themed Christmas tree. I've never done one before, so I picked up this tree at Walmart. I want to say it was around $60. It is, I believe, a 7-foot tree, and it is flocked, so it is very messy, but it's very pretty with the flocking, and it's also pre-lit. It just has 3 sections. It's really easy to handle because it's kind of one of those like pencil thin Christmas trees. I did find that after I got this out of the box, I really needed to take a lot of time fluffing it because it had been compressed in the box for so long. But I did go ahead and get that up. And then after that was up, I had to give a good vacuum to the floor because there was flocking all over the place. I'm just using one of my cordless Dyson vacuums because I was able to just carry that downstairs really quickly. So I'm just going to give the floor a quick vacuum. So this tree skirt is a gold tree skirt, and I thought it would go really well with this tree because the Hawkeye colors are black and gold or black and yellow. And this is one that I used to have upstairs, and I didn't really care for it just because I felt like the gold was a little bit gaudy. So I decided to move it down here, and I picked up just like a cheap red tree skirt at Walmart to replace the one that I had upstairs. I also found this Star Hawkeye tree topper at Walmart. They actually had a ton of different college Iowa Hawkeye themed Christmas ornaments. And I also found this garland there that has black and white beads on it, and I thought that that would go super well with this theme. I also got some gold kind of beaded garland as well, but I just really love how this turned out. I think that it was so fun to decorate. I totally love it. Now I kind of do want to do another one that's Chiefs themed, but around here in Iowa, the Chiefs are not one of like the big teams around here. So sometimes we can find like Packers and Bears themed items, but it's really hard for us to find Chiefs themed items around here. So I probably have to order them all online. So the next thing that I'm going to put on is these this gold beaded garland. I bought one strand of this and 2 strands of the black and white. But I'm really excited and happy that I made the investment in this little tree because Adam said that he really enjoys it. He spends a lot of time down in the basement now that it's finished, either playing video games or, watching football or watching movies with the kids and stuff like that. So I'm happy that we got this done for him. So these are some of the ornaments that I picked up at Walmart. I thought that they were super cute. I had some already on my big tree upstairs that I transferred down, but a lot of them I did find at Walmart, and I think they worked out really well. I just wanted to keep all of the ornaments the same theme with the black and gold and the Hawkeye emblem. They did have this big pack here of these kind of ceramic like stockings and hats, and then this football was actually one that we had on the tree upstairs that I moved down here. This ornament actually lit up, which I thought was cool. I purchased it and I didn't even realize that it was a light up ornament. Here's like a little mason jar. And then I already had these black and white Hawkeye candy cane ornaments. And then here is a Hawkeye Merry Christmas glass ornament as well. And then I also found this football one at Walmart. So here is the completed tree. I put that Believe wooden ornament at the bottom and decorated the rest of the tree. Like I said, I love doing this. I hope this gives you guys an idea to maybe do the same thing. If you want to do like a theme tree for either something that you love or a sports team, I just love it. And I think it turned out super pretty. Okay, so it's Sunday morning and I'm gonna give you guys a tour of all my decorations, but first I wanted to do a little bit of cleaning. I'm just vacuuming the living room here. I have to say, I really like this Shark vacuum that I got at, I think I got it at Costco actually. I have had 2 Dyson vacuum cleaners now, and for as expensive as they are, I feel like they do not last as long as I think that they should. I don't know. What do you guys think? Are you Dyson fans? Are you Shark vacuum fans? Let me know. I honestly really like this Shark vacuum, and I find that for like less than $300, I think was the cost of the vacuum. It works a lot. I mean, it works almost exactly the same as my Dyson does, honestly, and it's a lot less expensive. And so I feel like if it craps out on me in a few years, I'm not out as much money. But here I'm just going to empty out my canister no matter how many times I vacuum. You guys know if you have a dog, especially a dog that sheds like we do, there's always dog hair on the floor. Always, always, always. Okay, so I cleaned off this desk space in our kitchen, and I'm just going to give the counter a good wipe down. I wanted to put the kids' advent calendars here. I did these custom wooden advent calendars for them. I did these in a previous video. I think it was maybe like Vlogmas Day 2 or something like that. But I found these on Amazon. I can try and link them down below, but I was able to fill them with little custom gifts for each day, and it has honestly been so fun. The kids are super excited to open them every morning. It's so cute. So I want to share with you guys kind of everything that I put up for Christmas this year. Here I have on my centerpiece on my dining room table a candle and a holiday candle holder. I have this white ceramic tree that I got a couple years ago from Aldi. Some of the decorations I just kind of left if they were more generic, but then I did put out some of my Santa mugs. I love to collect those Santa mugs. I have probably too many of them, but I love to collect them and display them at Christmas. I got this sign at Walmart this year for only $5. I love it. This is a wooden nativity scene that my mom gave me years ago, and then I decorated with a picture of Connor from preschool. I also have a Christmas themed wax warmer that I really love. I picked that up at Walmart several years back. And then just another little Christmas sign and some more Christmas themed / Santa mugs. So that's kind of how I decorated my dining room. Here's another look at the mantle all lit up. I really, really love how this turned out. It just looks so cozy and festive with the Happy Holidays sign, all of the greenery, and of course the twinkle lights in there. And then of course I had to throw in a couple of Santa mugs. I have some bottle brush trees, and then I also have a few taller green trees that I got at Joann several years back. And then we always keep a little basket filled with Christmas books in front of the fireplace. I put out some of my Christmas pillows, and here is our Christmas tree all decorated. I'm showing you guys some of the ornaments here. This was our passport ornament from several years back, a Patrick Mahomes ornament that I got Adam. Of course, I love the preschool ornaments that the kids always come home with. Here was one from Kira's first Christmas. Here's one that Connor made in preschool with his little handprint one year. Another one from school with Kira's school picture on it. I think that was maybe from first grade. And then obviously I just have collected so many ornaments over the years. And I just really like the eclecticness of all of the ornaments. This is not obviously a themed tree, but I think it just looks so beautiful. And I love the sentimental value of all of the ornaments that we get out every year. I picked up this beautiful poinsettia at Hy-Vee. It was only $20. And then I also got these coasters at Walmart that are Christmas themed. So I thought that would kind of jazz up the living room a bit as well. I can't remember exactly where I got this Merry and Bright pillow. I may have gotten it at Joann or Walmart. I can't remember for sure. But here's a look at my garland on the steps. I really love how this turned out, even though I normally decorate my mantle with it. I think it looks really great there. And then I put up my Merry Christmas sign. I actually picked this up at Walmart several years back. I love hanging it there in the entryway. Here is my tiered tray that I went ahead and decorated with a lot of little sort of Christmas tchotchkes that I have, my typewriter. I also put another Santa mug out there and one of my Christmas scrapbooking albums. If you guys watched that Dollar General video that I put up, a lot of these little ornaments I got from there for $1 and was able to finish decorating my tiered tray. So I think that turned out really awesome. I love decorating this for Christmas every year. I also love setting up this little lighted snowman tree. I can't even remember where I got that, but it's so cute and I love putting it out every year. And then here is our wreath on our front door. That is a really pretty wreath that I purchased from a friend's Etsy shop. And then we also have a Merry Christmas tree that I got at Walmart a couple years back. In our downstairs bathroom, I also put a Christmas wreath on the wall. This was actually one that we had gotten from a family member's funeral one year, someone who died around Christmas time. And then I got this little scent plug-in warmer at Walmart. This is the Yankee Candle brand, and it lights up when you turn the light off, which I think is super cute. I would definitely recommend that if you find them. And then I also got one of these little themed candles there at Walmart as well. Here is the very first wreath that I ever had on the door of my apartment when I was like 19, 20 years old, and I just keep it because it's sentimental and I love it. I put it on my pantry door. And then this is a Merry Christmas sign that I got at Walmart a couple of years back as well. So I'm going to go ahead and give my candle in the bathroom a light, but I wanted to also share with you guys some clips of the dinner that we made for my family on this day. I didn't want to make this video too long, and so I'm going to be sharing sort of my party prep and food prep in a separate video coming up this week. But Adam did smoke 2 pork roasts for us. They turned out delicious. I made some mac and cheese and some coleslaw. We had family bring deviled eggs and broccoli salad and cornbread and all kinds of desserts and delicious things. So I'm just sharing a peek of our plate here. But that is going to wrap it up for this week's weekend prep video. Thank you guys so much for coming along with me. I hope you enjoyed seeing all of my Christmas decorations. Don't forget to check out Built Bar. They have a ton of great holiday flavors out. I'll have their site linked in the comments below. Thanks again for being here for another day of Vlogmas, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Come over here. Now it is time to get out in the snow, lighting a light with you. Choirs will sing and the joy bells will ring. Nobody loves you as much as I do. It's a wonderful